What about Larry?
That's another guy. you know, Larry and I, we played against each other like 12, 13 years. We never shook hands, never spoke.
Really?
Never. I mean, as great players back then, you didn't want another great player to get that close to you.
Yeah.
So none of us liked each other, never spoke. I didn't speak to him for 13 years straight.
I love Larry even more hearing that because he was
You
a
don't
dog.
have any idea how good he was if you hadn't played against him.
And talking too, right?
Hey, listen, first time I played against him, I'm a rookie. I'm glad to be in the league. You know, I'm in the Boston Garden, and I'm guarding him, right? First play of the game, he said, I don't know why you got you guarding me, Holmes. I was like, huh? He shoots a three. And I wasn't mad he made the three. I said, but called me Holmes. You know? And so the next play, you know, I'm pissed. So he comes out, he shifts to his right, and I jump. I said, I got him. And I'm pumping it by my hand, and I banged it on him, right? And he on the ground, he fouled me, and I'm pointing. And he said, hey, Rook. I'm like, what? He said, I like you. You got balls. He said, I'm still getting 30 on your tonight. He got about 37.
Yeah.
But I wasn't mad because I'm paying my dues. That's Larry.
Yeah,
you know?
right. Yeah.
But that was the only time he ever talked trash to me.
He respected you to
Because
back down.
he knew I was going to keep coming. You know, he and I, again, never talked until we retired. And he had an interview where they was talking about trash talking. And he said, I never said things to offend anybody. He said, you take Dominique. And he said, I said some things to Nick, and he would just smile at me. But he understood what that smile was about.
Yeah.
He said he just came to play. He said, I have more respect for him than any player I ever played against. I never knew he felt that way.
Wow.
And that was a major, major respect. That was one of the few times he's ever said anything to me. Now, today, we're friends.
Yeah.
You know,
Wow.
because we're not competitors anymore.
No more,
you know?
yeah.
And so I've always, you know, and we talk about Larry, I give him the utmost respect because of who he was to play again. And I'm talking about guys that, if you haven't played against them,
You got no idea.
you have no idea because they take your heart.
6'9".
You think you tough, they take your heart. He's 6'10".
6'10". What
Playing
a skill
small
set.
forward.
What's
With
his
a
skill?
skill-
Talk to us about his skill
His
set.
skill
though.
set, first of all, he had a basketball IQ off the chart.
Yeah.
His skill set, he had very few weaknesses, and he can beat you in anyway, be the passing, scoring, rebounding. He just knew how to play. Very smart player. And it's not a lot of guys that have that type of basketball IQ along with skill that beat you like that. And so when I played against him, I had to bring my A game every night. And he's one of the guys of many in the league in that era took things personal. If you said something that wasn't, they didn't say nothing to you, but they showed it to you on the court. Well, I love playing with guys like that and against guys like that because the only way you can measure your greatness, you got to play against the greatest.